Today is a great day for a hike in the Sonoran Desert of southern Arizona. Today we're in Saguaro National Park and we're looking for the very rare crested saguaro. There's only around 75 of the crested saguaros out of over 2 million in the park. Let's see what happens. So this is a little bit after the start of the Garwood Trail. A lot of the cactuses and the other plants, mesquite, whatever, look like they've gotten beaten up with last year's heat. But there was a rain last night and things look like they're already starting to perk up. There's pretty colors over here in some of the cacti as well. So here's a sizable saguaro and another few in the background. Saguaros are all different shapes. There's several million in this area near Tucson. And we're looking for one called a crested saguaro, where many arms are starting in one place. At the 0.2 mile junction, we turn off onto the Garwood Trail. And that's the direction we're headed now. Sometimes the saguaros grow really close to each other. Looks like this is kind of a coffee clutch. They're just getting together, or maybe they're playing mahjong. And here's a Palo Verde tree, which has kind of a greenish bark. Probably shaded the saguaros that are growing right next to it. And right next to where I'm standing, you can actually see the color of a young Palo Verde starting to grow right along the side of the trail. So a little bit about saguaros. They grow very slowly. In the first 8 years, they grow 1 inch to 1.5 inches total. If you see one that is 2 feet high, it's probably 20 to 40 years old. Yes, they can live to be 150 to 200 years. And they don't grow their first arms until they're maybe 50 to 75 years old. So some of the picture here look like it's a spear, 50 to 75 years old. This is an older, damaged saguaro. This is not the crested saguaro we're looking for. You can see it looks like there's 3 arms that have already been broken off, and the saguaro continues to apparently thrive. This shrub is an ocotillo that looks pretty well dried out. It's been very dry here in Tucson, and it's very common in the Sonoran Desert. And here's a healthier looking ocotillo. Just look at all of these thorns. Wow. And here's some examples of chollas, that's C-H-O-L-L-A-S, coming with green or the pinkish leaves and fruit. Here's a stately looking saguaro, but still we haven't found our crested saguaro yet. Didn't expect to see a deer, but pack rats, rabbits, mule deer, and bighorn sheep do eat the flesh of the saguaros. So I guess it's not surprising to see it here. The wood of the saguaro is different than for a deciduous tree. These look like the rods around the outside of the skeleton of the tree. And it looks like they can expand when the tree gets more water and then contract when there's a drought. As it dries out, you can see the color is different. It's either like a light brown or kind of a tan colored. And you can see the entire top of this saguaro has broken off. So let's take a look to see if we can't see some of the detritus on the ground. So looking at the ground, we can see that the part that broke off the top, or maybe an arm or two as well, are lying on the ground and becoming mulch for the soil. And completely different than looking at a deciduous tree. Here's another ocotillo with a small blossom, but where is our crested saguaro? Well, this is interesting. It looks like there's 10 saguaro spears all growing together. So we're just walking along the trail here and getting an idea or perspective as to how large this park is and how many saguaros are actually in the area. And just going along now, we can see that there's the tall ocotillo shrubs, the shorter ones, which are the prickly pear cactus right here in the front now. There's also the Palo Verde trees, which the bark actually can do photosynthesis as well. And the picture obviously doesn't give it do it any justice. I mean, there are just thousands and thousands of these cactuses growing out in the park, and it's just really a very cool sight to see, especially on a day where it's a bit overcast and you look away and the sun changes and your eye spots something new and different, and it looks, just very, very cool. We've been to this park a number of times, and we just absolutely have fallen in love with it. Well, the search is over. Beth spotted it, and look at that beautiful fan shape at the top of this saguaro. Oh my gosh. To the right, it's got a few saguaros and an ocotillo for company. Let's see if I can't close in a little bit more on this. Very nice. And another view, this time with the sun at my back. This saguaro is really basically right on the trail, and it's right on a wash. Oh yeah. Love to see this in 20 or 50 years. Thanks for watching.